Greetings and welcome to yet another episode of our Mod of the Month series, taking a look at the best mods from Morrowind each month. This time around, we're taking a look at the best mods of November 2018, which, while being the slowest month for the Morrowind modding community of 2018, at least in terms of new mod releases, with only about 40 new mods getting released in November, there was still a number of high-profile mod releases, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 3 of those mods as sought by you guys in an online poll. Though, to be honest, the results were pretty close, and several mods just barely missed out getting in, into the top 3 slot. But anyway, as always, you'll find a list of download links and timestamp annotations down below, not to mention a new online poll for the best mods of December. So let's go ahead and to get started here. And our mod of the month for November 2018 is Project Atlas by the Project Atlas team. Now, this was overwhelmingly voted as our mod of the month, and it's an extremely important and a useful project that will doubtless become a requirement for many going into the future. In essence, Project Atlas is an optimization mod, and to quote the mod's description, the goal of Project Atlas is to identify the most performance-heavy areas of vanilla Morrowind and some popular mods, and target high usage / strain meshes in those areas for atlasing. This effort involves reworking the UVs for those meshes and creating texture atlases to cover various sets. Basically, a lot of models in vanilla Morrowind and also a number of mods out there are just really poorly optimized, sometimes including dozens of shapes in a single model, each using a unique texture, and each requiring its own draw cell, which is primarily what causes a lot of the major lag spikes in Morrowind, particularly in dense areas like, urban environments. Project Atlas, as the description that we just, quoted implies, fixes the UVs here, simplifying Morrowind's model sets and reducing the number of just unique textures that they require, which improves performance and makes for a just smoother gaming experience. But of course, this is rather difficult to showcase in a video like this, because the physical changes to the UVs here aren't going to be overly obvious in a video. And demonstrating the improved performance is also somewhat difficult when our video footage is capped at 30 FPS. But just trust me, it makes a fairly big difference, and as the project continues to grow and fix some more model sets, it'll just continue to improve, and it's definitely a mod to, keep an eye on, and in any event, that'll make it our mod of the month for November 2018. And moving on, our second pick for the mod of the month here is Fashion Blight Mora by Melchior Dahrk. And now really, this one shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Fashion Blight Mora has already become one of the most popular town mods to be released in 2018, and it's certainly a rather beautiful and charming expansion and overhaul to this otherwise fairly minor Tavani settlement, as we'll see here when we just explore the city a bit more. First and foremost though, this mod overhauls Mora to give it a lot more just verticality, more so than the typical Telvanni tower, with raised cliff faces, floating spires of rock, and bridges going between multiple levels of the city here. You'll notice this right away around the Mora docks, with a more just dramatic harbour entrance, but by far the majority of the changes and additions here can be found towards the back of Mora, along the beach, where now you'll find a new bridge connecting this area to the city, as well as a sort of hanging alchemical gardens, which is really just incredibly scenic and beautiful, with multiple levels of flowers and plant life, waiting to, be harvested for magical and alchemical related purposes, with just a little, waterfalls going between them. It's a really rather magical place, and you'll note I also have the Telvanni Lighthouse Telvos mod installed in the background here, which really goes pretty well for, a Fashion Blight here. There's also 2 new buildings added to the city, which you can find along the cliff face up here, connected by a bridge to the hanging alchemical gardens. And really, you've just got to love the verticality here. This mod really transforms Mora and turns it into a really just unique and atmospheric city that fits in pretty well with the rest of the game, and helps to differentiate Mora from the other, standard fare Telvanni tower towns out there. You also find 5 new quests here, a new staff enchanter that allows you to apply custom enchantments to staves, a new underground area to check out, miscellaneous new additions to various parts of the city, new female Telvanni guards, and much more. Really, there's just a lot of content to check out here, which is what makes it our second pick for the mod of the month for November 2018. and it's honestly the best Mora town overhaul mod out there. I'd really just recommend checking it out for yourself. And finally, our last pick for the mod of the month is a unique jewelry redone by Remiros. And this is a pretty fantastic little mod that basically replaces every magical ring and amulet in the game with a unique model. And there's quite a bit of variety here, and some really just beautiful looking rings and amulets. This includes unique models for some of the unique rings and amulets in the game, as well as all the common magical rings and amulets, like the Amulet of Restore Fatigue, or the Spark Ring, or so on and so forth. No longer will you see the exact same 6 ring types or so used over and over again for just everything. Each of these is different, and each is unique looking. The detail and just quality in these new rings and amulets is quite frankly breathtaking. And if you ask me, this adds more than a little bit of fun to the game. Trying to collect all the magical rings and amulets that you can, so you can put them on display and appreciate their unique appearance. But anyway, this mod is meant to work in conjunction with a unique finery replacer, and it covers the items that mod misses. Used together, you'll never come across the exact same ring or amulet model twice, and in any event, this is a pretty amazing mod, and one that just helps to enhance the game, and all that is why it rounds out our top 3 picks for the mod of the month for November 2018, and it's definitely worth playing for yourself. And anyway, that wraps up this episode of the Morrowind mod of the month. As always, you can find down the links down below, including a new online poll for the best mods of December 2018. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.